So let me come closer so I can voice my concerns here. So January 25th, I decide that I want to order, kind of be a little bit early in a sense, and order a Valentine's Day gift for my wife. So that means I would have it relatively like around something like 3 weeks, right? So I end up doing this, and I get it from Shari'S. Yeah, I think that was my mistake. Essentially, so here it is. Every year or throughout the year, like I'll give you an example. 2017, I probably spent roughly somewhere around anywhere from $400 to $600 annually. This is kind of my MO. This is what I do. This is my way. This is my love language. Essentially, it's just making sure you take care of the person that you love, and I call it like, it's kind of not like Obamacare, but it's like preventative care. Essentially, that's what I call it. So that if some shit come up, you make sure that you would have gotten gifts and taken care of your wife, so that it kind of keeps all that stuff at bay and keeps it out of your marriage, whatever. But this is what I do. So it's not too far-fetched for me to do what I did, order a few weeks in advance and be prepared for Valentine's Day. That way I don't have to think about it. Valentine's Day, it would have been prepared. So fast forward to today. So I've ordered this, and it is to be delivered. Shari'S is to be delivered to my wife's job because she won't be there tomorrow on the actual Valentine's Day. Fine, think nothing of it. Now, let me jump back and say this. So I'm jumping forward and back, so hopefully you're following along. But then on any time before this, if I ordered edible arrangements, that's who usually gets my money. And I can say this, edible arrangements, you don't have to worry about anybody else getting my money, especially not Shari'S, because these assholes don't want to deliver stuff on time. And I feel like, look, if you order from edible arrangements, certainly there's stores that are around. So they have a brick and mortar store in your neighborhood. There's one by our job. There's one all over. But no matter when I order, I can tell you this, I can order the same day at edible arrangements. And you know what? It arrives before, at the latest, like 1:30, 2 o'clock, at the very latest, no matter what time I order. Sometimes my wife is like, when did you do this? I'm like, no, don't worry about when I did it. Like, I got homies, I ain't got nobody. But I was like, I got people. Edible arrangements, y'all my people. Shari'S, y'all ain't my people. So, anytime I order from edible arrangements, it's dead on time, whatever. Now, again, fast forwarding now, boom, Shari'S supposed to be delivered today. I get a notification that said it was shipped, and this was on the 12th. Today's the 13th. So on the 12th it's shipped, and basically it's like 5 in the morning that you get this notification, basically saying that it's out for delivery. It's out for delivery, but it takes all damn day to deliver. Now, in Shari'S' defense, they hand it off to FedEx. But that's not my problem. I bought it from Shari'S. I gave Shari'S my money. It was a Shari'S product. And for you to give it to FedEx, and when FedEx decides to deliver, when they delivered? Yeah, that's my thought too. But they delivered at 5:30. Who the hell delivers it? Practically, or I guess it was a little bit after 5. So I got the notification of around 5:30. But who the hell delivers at that time? Like, any job, any normal corporate America job, you're checking the box that says, is it residential or is it a business? It's going to a business, my wife's job. Anytime that you do that, you would figure that sometime before 5 o'clock, you would drop off the damn package. But no, leave it up to Shari'S and FedEx. They can drop it off after the time. Look, you won't be getting my goddamn money anymore because, and maybe I'm not that important of a customer. I mean, essentially what you're saying is that, $500 to $600 annually, maybe that's not worth it for us. And hey, to hell with you too, I guess, basically, it doesn't matter to me. Edible arrangements, like I said, you won't have to worry about my money going nowhere else. And that means that Shari'S, which I think is a connection with Pro Flowers, and Pro Flowers is Shari'S, and I say to hell with the both of you. What I don't like about the whole process is the shipping. You guys need to get better with the shipping, because it's like you could have damn near ruined my Valentine's Day, and you technically almost did, because my wife had already left. Thankfully, she had a co-worker who works at the front desk that said, hey, you need to come back because you have a package here. It looks like it's edible of some sort, so you need to make sure you come back and get it. So she practically out the door, and people, when 5 o'clock comes around, people are out of there. No one's trying to, who's trying to go back into their job? She's halfway at Sunset Boulevard. No one's trying to go back to the job. But what did she do? She knew she wouldn't be there tomorrow, and she didn't want to, hurt my feelings on not picking up the gift. So she goes back and she gets it, and commend her for doing it. So it's great. But at 4:55, I know you looking at the clock like I look at the clock, and it's like I'm trying to get the hell up out of here. Nobody wants to go back. So that's why I don't want to order from Shari'S Berries before. And this is the second time this has happened, because now it's starting to jog my memory of why I ordered from them before, and I didn't want to order from them again because of this reason. You practically damn near came very close to my wife. If she would have been all the way up here, I'd have been like, well, just screw it. You can get it when you go back in Thursday. So whatever. That would have ruined my my Valentine's. And I tried to be, like I said, you want to be ahead of the curve with this thing. Chivalry's still not dead. I still, I'm still madly in love with my wife. I still want to make sure, this is, like I said, I do this thing monthly. Like, I try to shake it up, but, I'm getting a little predictable with it, and she kind of expects it. She don't really expect it, but she's like, she knows that it's coming. That's why I switched it up from edible arrangements to try to do Shari'S Berries. But, man, y'all ain't get my money no more. Second problem that I have with this whole thing is Shari'S Berries is kind of like Frontier Airlines. Frontier, when I moved to Los Angeles years ago, was like an amazing airline. When it landed in Denver, it was an amazing airline. What they've done is kind of like, I'll give you an example, and I'll put this up on the screen. But basically, I was buying a flight from LA to Denver, and that flight essentially said it was like $150, which is a great price for like 2 tickets or something like that. But then if you pick a seat, it's like $15, $20, and if you pick and if you get a bag, then it's like another $30. So basically, I had $180 in fees. And so the ticket goes from what they advertised as $150 to like $330. I'm serious about this. This is what happened on Frontier Airlines. And I seldom fly them, but it was just a good way and a cheap flight to get back home. So whatever. So we did it. We went home for Christmas. Great. But I'm comparing that to what happens when Shari'S Berries does the same thing. So you look at a price on Shari'S Berries, and they're like, okay, it's $30, 30 plus 36, something like that dollars. You're like, wow, that's a really good deal for Valentine's Day, because I'm used to spending, like I said, $40, $50 every time. So great. Next thing you know, Shari'S Berries want to charge you a ridiculous price already to deliver. $16.99, $17. Okay, fine. And then you're going through the process, and they want you to go through the process first before you find out the full price. And I hate when people do stuff like this, because it's kind of like you're already there and you're like, okay, fine, let me just go ahead and click the button. And they know that. They're playing off of that emotion, the sense that you picked out what you wanted for your wife, and you typed out your little message to her, and you've gone through this whole thing finding what you want. And you compared it to edible arrangements, and you said, these truffle cakes will make my wife feel great and get her a teddy bear. And you know what? My Valentine's Day is going to be great because her Valentine's Day is great. So they played into that whole emotion. And then it's like, okay, after the $17, crazy. Then there's another like $5 charge. So you're paying over $20. Over $20 just for delivery alone. So now you come back and you're almost hitting that $50 for what was appeared to be $36. It's just like, you'd be pissed off if you had that same experience when you were trying to get milk, where you saw advertising said milk was, $3.50. Then you get back there and it's like, if you remove this milk and take it to the front, then you're going to pay $1 more, so it's $4.50. And when you get to the front register, she says, well, that was the sale price of it, what it was when you had it back there in your hand. But when you brought it up here, that distance and that time that it was off the shelf, it's another 50 cents. So whatever, that just pisses me off. So hence the reason why, if you're just upfront with your, it's not like a hidden fee, but in the sense it's like it's not out front either. If people knew that Shari'S Berries was charging over $20-something just to deliver, because it's like, this is an important day, February 13th. This ain't Valentine's Day, but whatever. I mean, I know it's the day before, but it ain't Valentine's Day. Tomorrow is. So whatever. But for you to be charging virtually half the cost just alone in shipping is utterly ridiculous to me. And that's essentially why I just don't want to give Shari'S Berries my money. So I'll show you a little clip of my wife opening it up. And I think she thought it was, pretty good. This is where I want to pause real quick for a moment. Let me get a little. Come here. Come. Okay. So, I get this focused. What I shouldn't have done was I took my wife said, "Did you want a bite of you want to taste the truffle cake?" And that's where I made the mistake. I took a bite of the truffle cake and it was so damn moist. It was so good. And basically what I'm trying to say to y'all is negate all the stuff that I said about Shari'S berries. I'm going to give them another try based on, I don't even like dessert. I don't even care for sweets. But whatever that was that they put in that truffle cake, it got me changing my mind. It's like, you know how you could be mad at your woman, but she put it on you, and then you like, you ain't mad no more? I think Shari'S berries has done that to me, y'all. So I'm gonna just I ain't really got nothing else to say. So disregard everything I said before, because I know I titled this never, something to the extent of never ordering Shari'S berries on Valentine's again. I may not order it on Valentine's. I'm not gonna order it on Valentine's, but that's not to say they not. I'm not gonna order it again. I'm just not gonna do it on Valentine's. So there. So we even. We even. You and me, Shari'S berries, we even. That's all I gotta say.